Hey, welcome to StarHeart Studio. Today we're going to give you some tips on assembly and gluing the wreath using an alignment jig. So, glue. What kind of glue? Big question, probably why you're here. Any glue that will bind plastics together. You won't need a lot. We do a lot of gluing here, so we got this giant bottle. But anything like Gorilla Glue, Super Glue, Crazy Glue, Tester's Model Glue, you might see it sold as CA glue or CYA glue. Cyanocrylate. Don't judge me. I don't know if I got that right. But that's what we're looking for. That's the best one type of glue that we find that works the best on here. So glue out of the way. We'll show how we apply that in a moment. Let's get into the jig. What is it? How do you use it? So the jig has some slots cut into it. One is for a leaf coming in, and the other part, these three here, is for a leaf coming out. And how that applies is we usually slide one in like that, and then the next one we'll slide in this one. So really looking at the jig as kind of an one coming in and one coming out. So what we want to do is keep track of what leaves are on the bottom and what's on the top, because these go together in kind of a stair-step pattern. So what I like to do is lay out the wreath starting at the top. Now, the way that ours are designed, one has a loop on it, the other ones don't. This one's going to go flat against the wall, so we want to make sure that this one is down flat on the surface that we're building on. So I'm going to put that one at the top. And our leaves, they all point the same direction. This longer kind of bar coming off, we're going to follow that kind of around the clock here. So I like to get everything in place before I start gluing, because getting it apart is kind of a bummer. Okay, so now I've got them kind of laid out in the direction that they're going to be. And like I mentioned, we want to keep track of what leaf is flat against the wall on the bottom and what's going to be on top. So starting at the top, this one's going to be against the wall. These are going to go on top. These are going to come underneath. So we're going to start down, up, down. This one's going to be up. This one will be down. And it'll slide like this. So this is kind of what we're going for when we're going to glue it and assemble it. Let me pull these back off here. And when I'm gluing, I like to do the top half, and then I'll come and do the bottom half, and then I'll put them together. So let's start with the top. We've got them, making sure that we're pointing the right direction. And we know that this one's going to be on the bottom, so this one's going to go in the jig first. Whatever leaf is on the bottom is going to come in the block first. And it's going to line up, right? This longer piece is going to go into that corner. The three parts here going to go in that side. So starting at the bottom, this one's going to come in here. And you may have to slide them back and forth to get this one in the center. And we're going to be ready to put that one on. So how do we apply the glue? This is why we like to have a smaller nozzle. This is our 14-inch wreath. So we'll do like 4 little dots of glue along this inside surface right here. That's going to be the connection point with the other one. So I'm not actually going to glue this one because I need it for another demo. A couple drops in here. The smaller wreath that we sell, maybe 2, and just smear it around so you get a little band of glue in there. And we're just going to make sure that this one is aligned in the center, and it's just going to pop on just like that. So now we're going to come and do this point. Remember, this one's on the bottom, and we had the jig in this orientation. I'm just going to spin it so that the 3 slots here will align with this one. This one's on the bottom, so it's going to go in first. Same process for glue application. Probably 3 or 4 dots here. Smear it around. Push it on. And then we've got our top part. So I'm going to set that up here, and we're going to work on the bottom. Now the bottom is opposite, right? This part is up against the wall, so it's down first. But on the bottom, this one's going to be on top because these are up. So these are going to go underneath, right? And then this one will be on top. So when we start working on the bottom, let's start with this one here. Since this one will be flat against the wall, we'll turn our jig in this orientation with that part, right? And then the 3. So this one's going to slide in here, and I'll get this one ready to go. Now, I like to put glue, since this one piece, we're going to glue both. I'll do it at the same time. And usually these glues are thick enough, they're not going to run. So I'll do 3 or 4 dots, smear it, 3 or 4 dots, smear it. I've already got this one ready to go. It's going up against the wall, so it'll be in first. Push this one on here, and then I'll lift that up carefully. Slide my jig over and turn it. This one's gonna go in, right, because it's on the bottom. This one will slide just like that. So there we go. So now I've got these two are up against the wall. This one's on top. This one's against the wall, and these two are on top. So now I'm ready to glue the top and the bottom halves together. So again, since I'm going to glue both at the same time, I'll put a couple drops in here, smear it, a couple drops around here, smear it. And I will put this one in first since it's on the bottom. And then slide this one in. And this one should be automatic, but we'll use the jig anyway, so I'll turn it. This one's on the bottom, the 3 slots. Slide that in here, push this one on, and there we go. Nice 60-degree joints at each connection point, glued in place. Yeah, and that's basically all there is to it. So we hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know. And thanks for stopping by.